For another perspective, let's bring in Keith Chua, Vice President of the Restaurant Association of Singapore. Welcome to The Big Story, Keith. First up, your reaction to the first day of easing at eateries?
Well, I think we certainly welcome the announcement that we will go to this next phase of relaxation, and we are hopeful that this will bring us into a higher level of dining in as well as revenues. It's probably a bit early to say, how this is going to pan out. Today being a Monday being one of the quieter days of the week, we are seeing a continuation of families dining in, and we're seeing a gradual flowing in of wider groups. But we expect this to continue to build up in the coming days, and I think the best indicator will be the coming weekend.
Let's throw back to last week. Before the task force press conference announcing this easing, the association told The Big Story that it's hoping for the dine-in group size to be increased to 8 fully vaccinated people. Are your members confident of keeping restaurants safe if the group limit does rise?
Yes, the answer is we are confident. We have all the necessary measures in place from the time when dining was whether at levels of 2 or 5 or even the previous 8. And what we have is we have a strict regime in place that will cover this slightly larger group as well to 8. We have the whole check-in process. We have the safety process. We have our manpower. Many of our operators are working with a team that is fully vaccinated. We're taking all the necessary precautions, whether it's for groups of 2, now currently 5. And eventually the same consistent processes will be put in place when we get the green light to move it to the next level.
Well, Keith, as you know, after nearly 2 months, groups of up to 5 people are finally allowed to dine together. But, we've seen several rounds of measures loosening, tightening, loosening again, and then tightening as well. Does this back and forth cause more problems to the F&B sector versus, say, having a set of measures in place for a longer period of time?
We are very cash flow dependent as an industry, and our cash flow sources, many of us depend very much on dining in as our primary source of cash flow. And so the main impact, I would say, of the variations in these recent months would have been on cash flow. However, with regards to the other factors, manpower management probably a bit more within our control. Fixed costs, I think, is one of the issues which relates back to revenues and cash flow. And then we do have, in some cases, the question of logistics, supply of products and so on, because there are specialty restaurants that do have to have some clarity as to how much to order, and food being perishable. We are naturally concerned about unnecessary wastage and the resultant cost of that. I think the best thing that can take place for us as we move into this coming months is to get some perhaps early indication if there are going to be variations in the recovery phase. I think many of us are also learning how to plan and anticipate and watch the data that's coming forth, the regular information that we're getting as to where we are in the recovery track. Perhaps the biggest factor that has impacted us is the revenue generation that comes with it. Because even when we open up, as we're seeing, for example, today, we're not seeing an immediate uptake in the revenue. This will take some time. But we recognize that we all want to recover well, and we want to recover in a sustainable way as well. So we'll work together with the authorities as we move towards recovery.